Hi there. um, Sorry that my last video was a little bit emotional. I'm a little embarrassed, but just to explain, I had to face the possibility that I might lose my job, and I cared about my job, and I tried to reach out to my boss so I could talk to her about it, and she's on vacation right now, so I'm gonna have to just keep moving forward. I did take time off of work because these dreams and things, as I explained, I felt kind of shooken up, and so I didn't know what was going on, especially at first. So even though I tried to fit it in between work, I felt so unstable with what was happening that I had to take some time off work to figure out what was going on. And I feel like even though, like, in September I had started studying, I didn't really understand fully what I was reading. And I think when I had said that prayer asking if I could understand, I do think that prayer was answered. And it was a lot. And these crazy things I'm talking about, it didn't happen until March. And March, the beginning of March, is when, I started, studying the Bible, looking for an answer to a question. And I ended up, because I was studying so much, not realizing that I was going to figure out Jesus was real. I ended up, because I read so much, that it hit me, wow, he is real. And that's when it hit my heart that he's real. And that's when I started really taking it more seriously, like trying to figure out what did he want us to do. And that's how that kind of started. And then these weird dreams started happening. And before March, I barely dreamed at all. And then after this, when this happened, it was almost like a button was pressed or something for dreams. And I did share 3 of those dreams. I really struggled making that video, that first video I did. I did share 3 of them that I thought was a message for other people. And a lot of the dreams, it's I have to face the fact that I'm going to look like a crazy person talking about these things, and I've faced it, and I just can't take the risk that if I'm supposed to be sharing, and it does seem that way. If I'm supposed to be sharing, I wouldn't dare not share, because I do believe in God, and if things were being if I was being guided to see things, I wouldn't dare not share it. So I will not take that risk. So I had to weigh, to look like a crazy person or take the risk that this is what's happening. So I chose, and I chose to look like a crazy person, and I chose the possibility of losing my job. That's how much things shook me up. And also because in the dreams, they just don't feel normal. In a lot of the dreams, it feels like, not just feels, like somebody's there in the dream with me. And I can't look at them. They're just next to me. And then, even though those dreams were happening and I did recognize that something strange was happening in my dream world, I assumed at first it's probably because I've been studying the Bible. That's why. But the thing is, the final weird piece for me was when someone called my name. And that part, I don't care. I don't care if anybody doesn't believe me, because I know it happened. Somebody called my name from an arm's length away, and then they called my name close the next night, up next to my ear. And again, I'm putting myself out there to look like a crazy person, but these things are happening to me very fast, and it is a lot to take in. I did feel crazy at first, but I'm moving forward in assuming, and I don't want to take the risk that I think I'm supposed to share these. And if not, then God knows my heart. He knows that I'm coming from a good place. Sorry for the long explanation. I felt a little embarrassed, like going through the last few videos. I had to face that, like, the people that I care about the most, a lot of them may hate me for what I'm saying or really dislike me. I had to face that, and that was hard. From our medicine wheel, I had to face, like, well, what if I'm wrong? And I can't take the chance. I'm presenting this for other people to consider. Just that's what I'm asking. All this crazy stuff I'm talking about, if you could just consider it. I also wanted to say I did have another dream afterwards, and this was the night of May 14th and morning May 15th. And in the dream, it's like, I know it's a dream, but still, like, so, it was about Native people are very important because they're spiritual. They can help unlock the Bible. And that's kind of what I was already saying in my other messages. And I know because that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it went in my dreams. But I just wanted to share that I did dream about it. And the dream kind of seemed to be based on codes can be broken. Because remember that the Bible's a lot of puzzles and codes. Like, not all is as it seems. And something about the word demons, it's not just an expression. Like, normal people don't know how to protect themselves because they don't know how to discern the Bible's spiritual knowledge. And in the dream, I was doing another video. So, that was the dream, but I did write some of my own notes after, trying to, like, figure out what that was about. And I said, maybe that's why we're dealing with so much negative in our world right now. Like, God does talk about this stuff in the Bible. And Jesus, he like, his teachings, I think they're trying to protect us from, like, it wasn't just body, spirit, soul. Like, the teachings I see them as much more important than people think they are. And protecting from bad spirits and things like that. And I wrote down that I really don't think this group especially, but maybe all of them, may not understand spiritual matters as deeply as Native people, because it is so connected to our culture. And that's why I assumed I saw clues and things in the Bible that other people, I don't think, really looked at that way. So it's kind of a catch-22, which means, you may look around and say, yeah, they don't really understand the spiritual world. But at the same time, it's a catch-22, because you may understand the spiritual world, but if you haven't read the Bible, you don't know how to protect yourself. So do you see what I mean? Like, it really seems like certain cultures are supposed to come together to talk about this knowledge in the book. And something else is, like, again, I do feel like since March, things have been shaken up in my life with strange things happening. And I look around, like, is other people dreaming? And yeah, that was one of the first things I saw. I was like, wow, like, whole world opened up to me here, because I was just busy working. I don't really have time for even watching TV or news or anything like that before. And when this happened, I started looking, like, what's going on? And a lot of people are dreaming. A lot of people are dreaming, they're having visions, and God does say in the end, like, a lot of people would be dreaming and having visions. And what else was there? Oh, so there's a lot of knowledge on the internet, but I think to decipher who may be coming from a good place is the people that love Jesus and are trying to teach love and unity. And that's my opinion. I'm sharing it with you to be helpful. But a lot of these people who love Jesus and they study his word, and they study both Old and New Testament, because I think they see that they're codes. They're studying things in the stars, they're studying events happening around us in the world, and almost all of these people say the end is very near, according to God's calendar. And it appears we're at a time period where, depending on how things go, the next set of 7 years is going to be the hardest. You have to do your own study on that. And also, another thing that seems to be happening, I got led to these codes in the book. Like, one really big code for the Bible was the mirror, like the mirroring. Like, I'll have to do another video to explain, but it was like, whoa, there was a whole set of knowledge here that I never saw. Like what one person represented in the Old Testament, like a group of that same type of person was meant to come. That's really hard to explain right now. I don't want to get too off topic, but just as an example, like, this mirroring was a big code. And I pay attention to the people that I believe love Jesus. And it just so happens that a lot of people, not only are they dreaming and having visions, but right now, everybody seems to be cracking codes. They all do. They all seem to be like, they figured out major pieces. So the reason I'm making this intro lengthy is because I'm hoping whoever listens takes this seriously. There is something going on with me, and there has been since March, and that's not that long ago. And it's been a lot for me, like so much so that I paused going to work. I was so distraught about what was happening. I paused going to work, and technically that wasn't a smart decision for me, but that's how much I was confused. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I faced the fact that I might not be liked for these videos, and I faced the fact that I might lose my job, and I'm just gonna keep pushing ahead and sharing. And there's other things I want to share, so I'm just gonna keep sharing. And I want you to know that it's coming from a good place. It's coming from a place of concern, and it's coming from a place of worry. And I just want you to know that, okay? And sorry that I was a little emotional in my last video. Okay, I'm going to be putting out more videos, but I wanted this intro first. Thank you for your time, for whoever may be trying to look into this. Thank you.